Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakal Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who risk their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come making like the heathen, but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. And the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akalio, and this video is about the prophecy of World War III, which World War III is well on its way. Alright, it is a major prophecy that is to occur. And at the end of World War III will be the launch of the ICBM missiles towards America, which is known as Mystery Babylon the Great in Revelation chapter 17. And at that moment in time, Yahushai will return to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel from the four corners of the earth and the elect from America. Then America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire, all right, which will destroy all of the heathen that are inside of America, right, on that land, and 2/3 of our people, the wicked, unbelieving, unrepentant of our people who refuse to return to our power, Yahweh Shemishai. So this is on the table, all right? And when you look at what's going on in the world, you can see how tensions are continuously escalating regarding these major players. And the thing about it is that regarding Bible prophecy and the people, the nations that are to be a part of it, they are at the forefront of what is going on. You have America and her allies, which are the EU and NATO, who will eventually turn against America and shoot missiles at her as well. You have their other ally, the State of Israel, which has been deemed an unofficial member of NATO, and then you have them against Russia and her allies, which includes Iran and the other countries. All right, when you look at Russia and its alliance, you can look at the BRICS, BRICS, those nations. So there has been some news, some back and forth between America and Russia, and talks about some kind of peace deal or whatever the situation is, right? I don't pay too much attention to when they're having their when they're putting the announcement out there of them talking about trying to create peace and all of these kinds of things, because I know Bible prophecy, I know what it states. Bible prophecy states that World War III is going to occur. And here it is in Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. The second woe is past, which is talking about World War II, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, which is World War III. So no matter what it is that's happening that you see where they're trying to create some kind of agreement or peace talks or however they want to frame it, it's impossible, because World War III is a part of Bible prophecy, and the Lord's word shall be accomplished. This is Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So the prophecies of Yahweh Shemishai, the Lord has made it clear the things that are going to be happening, so they will happen 100% for sure. All right, so here it is from the brother GMS News Amath. Meeting with Putin did not go as planned. World War III full speed ahead. Yeah, full speed ahead, man. And that's a great thing for those of us that believe, because we are hoping day in, day out to see the fall of our enemy, who is the so-called white man, who are the biblical Edomites. This is their vile and wicked kingdom, and we want to see it come to an end. We want the kingdom of heaven to establish. We want Yahushai to return. Okay, so let's take a listen.
Everybody saw the clip of that Fox News host right after Donald Trump met with Vladimir Putin in Alaska, right? The Fox News host, the blonde lady, was standing there wide-eyed saying she was very confused and the vibes in that room were off. Now we are getting more reporting saying that Caroline Leavitt herself was quite shaken up after the meeting. That, again, the vibe in the room was very off-kilter, and that when they walked out, Trump and Vladimir Putin, for what was supposed to be a joint press conference, Putin actually began speaking first, which caused all of the press to throw their headsets on and shuffle to get their stuff together. Putin spoke for about 6 minutes, then Trump got the second word. In his home country of America, Trump got the second word, and he only spoke for about 2 to 3 minutes and praised Vladimir Putin. All of this is to say, whatever happened in that closed-door meeting still isn't available to the public, but people seemed shaken. We have no time to waste, so let's start off with this clip. It reads, MSNBC host says Caroline Leavitt looked ashen after Putin meeting, and then we'll go from there.
Can I ask you very quickly before we have to go to break? A lot of the press corps that was there, they reported in the minutes and hours after the presser that they saw members of the administration like Caroline Leavitt look ashen,
yes,
almost frightened after what they had seen behind closed doors. What did that indicate to you?
Well, first, we should all be glad that we did not go to Alaska, because I was in Helsinki with you and I was in Geneva when President Biden met. They traveled a long ways for nothing in return, those journalists, right? But that suggests to me that this was a bigger disaster than they're leading on. To your point, they're trying to spin it, although they're not even trying to spin it. That's a really interesting thing. When I worked at the White House and we would have meetings like this, I was the SAO, the senior administration official that would call up journalists, that would call the New York Times to say, this is what was discussed, to push it this way. They're not even attempting to do that because they know they don't have anything to work with.
The Trump administration is barely trying to spin. Again, I made a video about Fox News right after this presser happened. They didn't have enough time to spin and craft their talking points, so they were all just kind of shaken. Then as the night went on, of course, we have Trump sycophants going on and just praising him relentlessly. But it gets worse. Here's another video that was taken in Anchorage, Alaska, directly after the meeting, directly after Trump departed and said there was no agreement.
What struck me, Jen, in particular, was really just the looks on the faces of a lot of the American delegation here. Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary, Steve Witkoff, who came into the room, then left quickly, then came back in. Leavitt appeared to be a bit stressed out, anxious. Their eyes were wide, almost ashen at times. Those were some of the sort of images that will stick with me as we leave here. This was not the way the president likes to do things. He likes to be the producer of this presidency. He got that in the first half of the day, but when he was behind closed doors with Vladimir Putin, it looks like he didn't come away with anything that he claimed.
Yeah, so as you can see, man, the situation that the Edomites are reporting on, you know, these so-called white people on their news stations, is that it's not looking good, right, for them, okay? Or at least however they're spinning the narrative, where their narrative is that they want peace between, you know, America and Russia and the entire situation. But there will be no peace. Okay, World War III is well on its way, and it's going to be happening. In the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9, it says, Joel 3 and verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, talking about the heathen, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about, which is Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. So the Lord is going to be gathering them over there in the so-called Middle East, which is Western Asia. All right, in Joel chapter 2 and verse 20, it says, but I will remove far off from you the northern army, which is America, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, talking about the land of Saudi Arabia, with his face towards the east sea, which is the Euphrates River, and his hinder part towards the utmost sea, which is the Red Sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things. So we know that America is going to lose over there. Once it starts, World War III starts in all of its fullness, and they're over there battling in Western Asia, America is going to lose. And one of their allies is going to draw them out to battle, which is the Israelis, the state of Israel, the Ish people. As it says, in Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 45, therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh that he had taken against Babylon, which is America, and his purposes that he had purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock, talking about the Ish people, the tribe of Amalek, which is a tribe of Esau, shall draw them out, right? So they're going to be doing things that's going to draw America out to go to war. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. And so we know the judgment, they're going to lose. And it says, surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. You see? You see? Okay? So at the end of it is going to come the thermonuclear destruction. But before the thermonuclear destruction can occur, it must be noted that the mark of the beast prophecy has to be fully made manifest. The prophecy has to come to pass, where he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and also the hour of temptation. These prophecies have to be fulfilled first before the destruction can come, because there is a judgment for the Israelites who take the microchip, which is the mark of the beast. So it's all on the table, man. And there's nothing that Esau can do to stop this, because he's not in control. Yahweh Shemisha is in full and absolute control of everything that's going on. And I mentioned earlier that America's allies are going to turn against her. So let me read that. And the 10 horns, which is the European Union, which thou sawest upon the beast, which is NATO, these shall hate the whore, which is America, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So America's allies, NATO and the EU, are going to turn against her. You can already see the relationship deteriorating, literally, as the days go by. And it's just going to get to the point where they're completely against America and they shoot those missiles at her. So it's going to be America's allies and her enemies all shooting missiles at her. And then what I read before, where it said that it shall make their habitation desolate with them, it lets us know that, you know, America and her main ally, which is the state of Israel, right? America serves the state of Israel. America's a defense to the state of Israel, right? As it says, let me read it again. Or is it? Jeremiah 50 and verse 45, therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh that he had taken against Babylon, America, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the land of Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. All right? So they're going to be done away with. You know? They're going to lose. And then when Yahushua returns at the end, Esau is going into slavery with the rest of the heathen. And then after the 1,000 years of slavery, the nation of Edom will be done away with. Thus saith Yahweh Shemishai. With that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai by Shemaka Kodesh. Shalom.